get into the trailer roundup. Let's jump right into things. We got The Hunger Games: Sunrise on the Reaping. This is a movie coming out next year. It's continuing the trend of like milking the Hunger Games franchise when you think it doesn't need to be milked, but here we are.
Holy shit, dude! That's what a take.
I
You're
just
coming out on the offensive already.
give me time. Let me build it. I just okay. Coming off of the one that came out a couple years ago, the Songbirds and Snakes, right, with Rachel Zegler. Mm-hmm. That movie I thought was fine. You know what I mean? But this one does give me more. I'd be more on board with this one, just the premise alone. It is following Woody Harrelson's character in the original trilogy, his Hunger Games that he went through,
right? Haymitch.
Essentially, Haymitch, and we find. So I've been looking forward to seeing what this was, because that was always a question. Like, I'd love to see how he became such a bitter, dude. So it's like, what happened? So now they're finally doing a movie about it, and we look at this trailer, and I go into it, and I'm thinking, okay, the main dude who is playing Haymitch, his name is, I have it here, let me pull it up, Joseph Zada. I don't know much about Joseph Zada, but just on looks alone, I just don't see Haymitch that much, but that could just be because of the curly hair. I don't know. But I don't want to judge it on looks alone. We'll see when the movie comes out and everything. But I don't know, man. I watched this trailer and I don't know what I was expecting, but overall, my general feeling was I felt empty. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because they're not showing much, because this is the first trailer, so it's generally just a teaser.
Yeah.
But I just don't really understand why I felt this way, because even the Songbirds and Snakes movie that came out before this, I felt better. This one, I'm just kind of like, I'm looking more forward to the premise of this, but I look at this, I'm like, maybe I'm not. I don't know. It was weird. I had a weird take on it, to be honest. Lots of cool shots in the trailer, but then again, not many shots in the trailer. You see like what is presumed to be the Hunger Games that he's going to partake in. It's like a grassy field with a structure in the middle. With everyone around it. But then you got our first look at this version's President Snow, who's like a middle-aged dude, right? Elle Fanning as Effie Trinket. We got Jesse Plemons as Plutarch. So that's what was his name? Oh my god, Philip Seymour Hoffman's character.
Mm-hmm. Yep, good call.
Right, we got who else? Maya Hawke as Wiress, who is also in the trilogy. So these are all returning people that are coming back.
No Lenny Kravitz though.
No Lenny Kravitz. But I wonder if he's
awesome.
Maybe his character's here.
He gets dropped out in the fourth movie. He gets dropped out. Remember?
He just gets But you know what? I'll never forget that moment in the theaters where I was like, "Damn! Like what a way to go into the games."
Right. No, go ahead, Ryan.
No, I've talked to you.
You're done.
You tell me
you're done yapping.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm done.
Eddie, can I speak now? Thank you. The Hunger Games, The Ballad of the Songbird. So I've seen the first four movies, or the original Katniss Everdeen. What would you call the four movies? A foursome? Is that the right word, or are we going to get canceled for that?
It's considered
me,
a trilogy.
Jennifer Lawrence, and a foursome is what I'm saying. The first foursome of movies, whatever the fuck they are. That's what I saw. That's what I'm
quad.
With.
You saw the quad.
Mitch. Every time Haymitch drinks, I drink. That's how I watch those movies. By the end, I don't even know who's on whose side.
After, yeah.
Is this the Royal Rumble? But so I'm very open-minded about the newer movies. Last time we spoke about the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, is what you told me that it was an okay movie, and so I'm like, okay, you didn't bury it, but you just told me that it was a very different take. So this seems to be more of that. I don't know, man. At some point, I feel like the most interesting stuff is always the Katniss stuff. And anytime you do a prequel to something like this, it almost feels like now you're reverse engineering cool stuff just for the sake of future engineering what's going to happen in the later movies and or story. My thing is this, and it's the exact same issue that I've always had with stuff like even Game of Thrones, is that you are still writing the story while it's already a real thing on TV. So at some point, you got to be very careful, because at some point now you're no longer writing for the story, but you're writing for what's going to be really cool on the big screen. Oh, I'll put this big battle in the book because just, they're going to put money behind it. It's going to look amazing on film. At some point, you have to sort of remember why you're there. And I think I don't know. I think it remains to be seen here. But you can always future engineer cool things to happen, cool moments, long-term storytelling. Well, it kind of is and it isn't. You can't, once you get too cutesy with it, and this person ended up being President Snow's right butt cheek, you know what I mean? It has to make sense. It has to make sense. But hey, man, people like these new stories, these new books. And what the hell do I know? What do you think? Are you going to check it out in theaters, or are you going to download on a board Wednesday?
I'll definitely watch it. I haven't decided if I want to go to theaters for this. I feel empty about it. And
you're not man enough?
My original opening statement with this, I do feel like it's getting milked because it's so late. Like if it happens after the original movies, like I'd say within like 3-4 years, okay, fine. But like this is like, oh, we ran out of ideas, let's go back to this. And that's right. How it feels. So it's like, fuck, man. Like I don't care anymore. Like I'm always gonna look at the original movies as like, good shit. Those are always ones I like revisiting every now and then. But then these ones, it's like you're trying to capture that original essence, but I'm sorry, it just doesn't work for me. And ironically, like these movies, both these movies that have come out post Katniss Everdeen take place in the past, which means in a weird, ironic way, supposedly it's supposed to be more limited technology. But we're doing it 10 years after, or at least 10 years after the original movies. So there should be better technology. It's just that I don't like it. Yeah. Kieran Culkin is in this as well, which is funny.
No kidding, eh? Yeah.
Yes, Caesar Flickerman. So yeah, I don't know. I'll watch it. I don't know if I'll go to the movies for it, but I'll give it a chance. I could just be, I am judging it on just a teaser trailer, but yeah. 24 years after, or no, before Katniss's saga. There you go. That's where this takes place.
It's one of the interesting things. It's almost like that Star Trek effect or like the Star Wars effect. The newer movies are supposed to be prequels to the old movies, but the technology they have in the older movies is cooler than the shit they have in 4, 5, and 6. It's like you kind of have to sort of park your thing. And I will say this. I think as long as you give the fans the right fan service and give them something of quality, I think you can continue going on for a long, long time. Once it starts getting stupid and then it's just you start to retread old themes, maybe perhaps at that point people decide to turn it off or go in a different direction. But it seems to be making money, and at least they're just teasing new stuff. I don't think not everything always needs to be explored. I think I like the idea of watching a story and, in a comic book, you'll see something in the background that is just a hint of something that's going on in a parallel universe or something that happened many years ago. And I think it's perfectly fine to let those things just exist in the darkness. You don't need to visit everything, right? But here you are, you're visiting stuff, right? And this revisits Haymitch's tournament and how he won. He did win, right? Of course he did, yeah. Didn't he win it twice?
No, I think just once.
Just once, right? Ric Flair style. He came in, won the Royal Rumble, threw the last guy out, and then he got presented with the championship. So, I mean, that's cool. When does this one drop, Ryan?
2026 next year.
Oh, okay. So it's just they're still teasing at this point.
Yeah. There could be a hard date, but I don't see it here. Right. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it does. I'll check it out. If you guys like this video, be sure to check out the rest of the channel and consider subscribing. Go even further and subscribe to Podcast Fresh wherever you listen to your podcasts for new episodes every week.